Welcome back to Chronicles of Spirit. Today I want to share a story about fighting, not just in the ring, but in life. This is the story of Freddie Roach, a man once known for his fists, who became legendary because of his heart, his humility, and his ability to let go of one dream to embrace another. Most people know Freddie Roach as the man behind boxing legends Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan. But before he trained champions, he was a fighter, and a good one. Born in 1960 in Dedham, Massachusetts, Freddie grew up in a boxing family. His father was a fighter. His brothers were fighters. So naturally, Freddie laced up his gloves too. And for a while, it looked like he would go far. He had grit, speed, and tenacity. He trained under Eddie Futch, one of the greatest boxing coaches of all time. By the early 80s, Freddie had a promising professional career with over 50 fights. But something was happening to Freddie. Something subtle, but dangerous. He started getting hit more often. His reflexes weren't the same. His hands shook slightly after matches. At first, it was easy to ignore. That's what fighters do, right? Push through, ignore the pain, fight on. But as time went on, the symptoms grew worse. The tremors, the stiffness, the slow reaction time. Eventually, it couldn't be ignored. Freddie Roach was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a devastating condition, especially for a boxer. He was just 26 years old. His career, the dream he dedicated his life to, was over. Imagine that. All your life, you've been one thing. You've trained for one purpose. Your identity, your pride, your path, all tied to the ring. And suddenly, it's ripped away. Many would have fallen apart. And Freddie admits, it hurt. It broke him. For a while, he didn't know who he was without boxing. But eventually, he found the courage to do something that saved him. He let go. Not of boxing, but of the version of boxing he once knew. Freddie began working at a local gym in Las Vegas, sweeping floors, wrapping hands, helping out. No ego, no spotlight, just service, humility, learning again. And slowly, he started training young fighters, sharing what he knew, giving back. And that's where the transformation happened. As a trainer, Freddie Roach didn't just find a second act. He found his true calling. He understood fighters, their pain, their hunger, their limits, and he brought everything he'd learned from Eddie Futch, from the ring, from his own setbacks, into the gym. He was honest, tough, and deeply compassionate. Then one day, a young Filipino boxer walked into his gym. His name? Manny Pacquiao. At the time, Pacquiao was already a rising star. Fast, explosive, unpredictable. But under Roach, he became disciplined, sharper, more strategic. Together, they built one of the most legendary partnerships in boxing history. Roach didn't just train Pacquiao's body, he trained his mind. He gave him the structure, focus, and vision that turned raw talent into greatness. And all of this happened after Freddie Roach was told his best days were behind him. Freddie continued to train world champions, building Wildcard Boxing Club into one of the most respected gyms in the world. He did it all while living with Parkinson's, while shaking, while sometimes needing help walking. He never used his condition as an excuse. He used it as fuel. He once said, "I can't box anymore, but I can still be in the ring. I can still teach. I can still fight in a different way." Freddie Roach teaches us a powerful lesson about adaptation, about letting go of the past not because it didn't matter, but because it did and its time had passed. His story shows that our identity is not in what we lose, but in how we rise after we lose it. Sometimes our original dream isn't the final destination, and when we cling too tightly to what was, we miss the beauty of what could be. Roach's greatness didn't end when his fighting career did. It began, because it was only when he surrendered one dream that a greater one revealed itself. So if you're in a place where life has changed your plans, if something you built your life around is slipping away, don't see it as the end. See it as the opening to something new, a chance to reinvent, to serve, to transform. Freddie Roach let go and became a legend in a whole new way. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Chronicles of Spirit and follow at Chronicles of Spirit for more stories of strength, reinvention, and the spirit that never quits.